Welcome back, guys. Vision here at Blind Entertainment, bringing you guys another video. Today I'm going to be doing a Walking Dead review for issue 176 that came out last week as part of my weekly Walking Dead Wednesday videos. Now, if you're not caught up with the recent issue, please don't go any further because I will be getting into spoilers for the recent issue of The Walking Dead. Also, if you're into The Walking Dead comic or TV show, hit the subscribe button down below and hit the bell icon. That way you won't be able to miss any of the Walking Dead content I put up on my channel. Now, let's begin. So we pick up this issue right where issue 175 left off, of our group outside of the Commonwealth at the wall, and Michonne has found a photo of her daughter, saying that she's hoping to find Michonne and be reunited with her. And Michonne, as you can imagine, is overcome by sadness and hope that she might be able to finally find her daughter after all these years of searching and hoping that she'll one day be able to find her. So she immediately turns to Lance and demands to be brought to the bakery at the Commonwealth. However, Lance denies her request, and she grabs him at this point and tells him that she was not asking, and she demands to be taken to the bakery. And I really like the realism at this point in the comic, because I feel like any ordinary person, if they had found out that their loved one was alive after all these years, would act as Michonne is acting. I really like how Kirkman captured the realism in this scene. Even though I agree with what Lance is saying at this moment, I really wish that he would have just taken her, but I understand why he's not taking her right away, but I just kind of wish he had her. But other than that, I think this was a very strong point in the comic, and I really, like I said, like it for its realism it adds to this comic. So then we got our heroes entering the city of the Commonwealth, and I really like this two-page panel of them actually entering the Commonwealth, and I like how they took up two whole pages instead of making it like the whole half of the top of the page, or the whole half of the bottom of the page. I like how they made it the whole page and not like just the entire bottom half of the comic or the top half of the comic. I really like how they made it the whole these two pages of the comic, just them entering the Commonwealth instead of, like I said, just making it like a small part of this page. And then we got our heroes entering the streets of the Commonwealth, and I really, really love this page. I like how it gives that old Wild West kind of look to the post-apocalyptic world and the world of The Walking Dead. It just reminds me of like all the old western kind of small towns and cities that you'd find in the Wild West. I really like how they got that kind of vibe from it. And you got vendors on the streets and people selling papers. They could have very easily done like 16 separate panels of different vendors and people, but instead they devoted a whole page to them entering the streets of the Commonwealth. And I really, really like how they did that and showed how the Commonwealth is a vibrant, flourishing community in the post-apocalyptic world. Then we finally meet Stephanie, and Stephanie and Eugene finally meet. But yet again, we have Lance reaffirming his authority over newcomers and the people of the Commonwealth, saying that how reminding us that Stephanie had no authority to contact Eugene and his people, nor right now does she have the right to talk to these new arrivals. Now, to me, I feel like I'm 50-50 on this scene, because I feel like this is a great scene, but also I feel like it might just be me, but Lance shouldn't be doing this in front of new arrivals. I feel like if I was someone new coming into the Commonwealth, this would give me the wrong impression of these people. I feel like they should have done this probably in private, maybe not in front of Eugene and Michonne and all the new arrivals. I feel like that could easily give the wrong impression of these people. But I also think it could also show that they are very cautious in meeting new arrivals. But I also think that they shouldn't probably do it so crazily in front of the new arrivals. That's just my opinion. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. So then our heroes arrive at the Capitol building, I guess you could say, of the Commonwealth, where they meet Maxwell Hawkins, a new character from the Commonwealth, and he asks all our heroes what their jobs were before the apocalypse. And you got Eugene saying he was a teacher, and you got the princess saying that she did a whole bunch of jobs, and then you get to Michonne, who says she was a lawyer before the apocalypse. And this is how we are finally introduced to the leader of the Commonwealth. So we have Michonne being the first one to meet the leader of the Commonwealth, who is a governor named Pamela Milton. And I really like how they kind of have it be Michonne who is the first one to meet this new governor, kind of doing like a full circle from when she met the governor back at Woodbury. I kind of like how it's kind of full circle and kind of only in different circumstances this time. And I like how I don't know if they're paying homage to the TV show by doing this, but like having her last name be Milton, kind of similar to the governor's advisor on the show. But I like how they kind of have, like I said, I like how they have Michonne being the first one to meet her. And I already trust her and Maxwell more than I trust Lance. And it's very interesting to me, because it's like, who is going to end up being the good people and who's going to be the bad people when we get to the Commonwealth. I know there's probably going to be bad people. I really hope it's not like too obvious of who the bad people are and who the good people are. But I like how, like I said, it's Michonne being the first one to meet the governor, and they kind of sit down and have a kind of meeting, kind of first encounter chat kind of thing. Meanwhile, outside of the governor's office, you got our heroes waiting with Lance outside, waiting to be interviewed themselves, and you got the soldiers who stayed behind to fight the Magenta Swarm come in all bloody and covered in guts. And now this is my one con with the Commonwealth soldiers, is why would they want to wear white uniforms? I get it, like maybe it's white symbolizes something like the beginning of a new era for the world, but it just makes no sense. Like, you're gonna go out there fight the zombies and potential people. You're probably going to get bloody and guts on your uniform. Why would you want to wear just white uniforms? But I like how they kind of compensated for that by having them say they're going to go clean up and rest up after fighting the Magenta Swarm. That way, it's kind of believable that they wash their uniforms after every outing and rest while that's happening. I kind of like that. Also, in this scene, you got the first name drop of Mercer, so I like them hinting at Mercer already. And I'm interested to see, because in this scene, you see Lance really cares about the soldiers and the people protecting the Commonwealth. I wonder if that's going to be an issue in the Commonwealth, where Pamela cares more about the people of the Commonwealth, while Lance cares more about the fighters and protecting the Commonwealth. I wonder if that'd be an issue that would come up and arise within the Commonwealth. I think that'd be something kind of cool to see in the world of The Walking Dead. I know that might be a little bit political, but I think that'd be something cool to see in the world of The Walking Dead. I know not everybody agrees with me, but that's just my opinion. Next, you got Eugene asking Lance how long will this take, and you got Lance saying, as long as everything checks out, you'll be free to roam the city as you wish. Now, I like and don't like this scene, because I like how they're taking precautions, they're taking their time interviewing everybody, but I also feel like Lance comes off as kind of being annoyed that he has to sit here and do this with these people. I feel like he doesn't care. Like, he doesn't like this job that he has. I don't know. Could just be me thinking that. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. But this doesn't portray Lance as a character I kind of like. He just kind of seems like, I couldn't be bothered. This is a waste of my time. Let me do something where I could be useful. And maybe that might be another issue. Maybe Pamela put him here and he doesn't like that he has to do this job. And maybe that's an issue. But I just feel like, maybe if that's where they're going, I'll be fine with that. But right now, if he ends up just like being a jerk and not caring about like other people and just the soldiers, that's gonna be a big turnoff for me. I'm not gonna like that if that's how he comes off and ends up being as a character. That's just something I don't want to see. So then we go back to Pamela interviewing Michonne, and again, this is the one thing I like from Pamela, because like you got her explaining the way of the new world that she plans to build in the Commonwealth and return it to the new, not the new, but the old way the world used to be, and how she plans to, bring the world back to the way it used to be and kind of reestablish civilization in a way. And I also like this scene because it also shows that she cares about Michonne and her people. Because, like, she realizes Michonne has something else on her mind and isn't totally paying attention to her. And that's when Michonne reveals the information about her daughter. And I like how right away, Pamela asks her about her. And then after hearing about it, goes and takes her to meet her daughter. I really like that, and it shows that she cares about her people, not just the old people living there, but the new arrivals that are coming to her community. And I just like how it shows that she has a heart and kind of cares about her people, new and old. And also I like how it parallels the old governor, because he would have never done that. He would have killed Michonne right on the spot. So Pamela takes Michonne to meet her daughter at the bakery, and they kind of stare at each other for a few minutes when they first see each other, and Michonne confirms to her that it is who she thinks it is. And after a few minutes, I'm guessing, of staring at each other, the daughter drops the cake that she was baking at the bakery and runs over and hugs Michonne. Now, I really, 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 really love this scene, because it brings some heart to The Walking Dead. You don't always get these heartfelt moments in the world of The Walking Dead. It's always fighting or doom and gloom. I like it when they incorporate something where it's a little bit more heart. You don't always get that, and you can easily forget these kind of moments when they're always fighting someone like Negan or the Whisperers. I really like that they incorporated this into the story, even though this wasn't a total big issue where there was a lot going on. I really like how they ended it, because you don't always get these endings, like especially in a post-apocalyptic world. Like, you never, if this was real, they probably would have never been reunited, because like there's no phone, TV, or anything. You just go on hope that you'll see them again. And I like how they incorporated that into the story. Yes, you'll have that 1 in a million chance that you'll find them, and I think that this is that one point in the story where it's like a 1 in a million chance, and Michonne found her daughter. And I really, like I said, like this touching, heartwarming ending. Even though this issue wasn't very action packed, it had heart, which doesn't always happen in the world of The Walking Dead. So yeah, guys, those are my thoughts on The Walking Dead issue 176, New World Order. Don't forget, if you're a big fan of The Walking Dead like I am, to pick up that Michonne variant cover. I like how they did the Michonne variant cover with Michonne reunited with her daughter in this issue. I don't know if that was on purpose or if that was just a coincidence, but I think that's pretty cool that they did that. I also wonder if they did it due to the Black History Month thing. I think that might also be a factor. But I really love this issue. Again, even though it wasn't action-packed, I like how they added the heart to it and gave it a nice heartwarming kind of ending, and gave us a reunion with Michonne and her daughter. You don't always need that action pack. Sometimes it's good to just slow down and have that nice heartfelt issue with a reunion at the end. I really like this issue. Can't wait to read the next one, and I think this is definitely a great continuation to the New World Story arc, and I can't wait to see what comes next in it and how the New World Story arc continues moving forward in the world of The Walking Dead. So, like I said, guys, those are my thoughts on this issue of The Walking Dead. Again, don't forget to follow me on Twitter at Blind Entertainment TV, entertainment shortened by ENT. So don't forget that, but check me out there and follow me back if you want. Also, I just want to add this quick for next Walking Dead Wednesday's video. If you have any questions or want to know my thoughts on anything having to do with the Walking Dead TV show or comic related, read them down in the comments below, and maybe I'll answer some of your questions, give my thoughts on them in the next Walking Dead Wednesday video. So again, if you're interested in that, leave your comments down below, because I would love to interact more with you guys and answer your questions of anything that you might have about The Walking Dead, or anything basically. If you have any other questions about any other comic series or any other thing that you want me to talk about, let me know in the comment section down below. This has been Vision with Blind Entertainment, and I will see you next time.